Welcome back to the Crochet Crowd with those my friends at yarnspirations.com. Today we have a fleece hat using a 6mm size J. The yarn we're seeing on camera today is called Bernat Forever Fleece. This is called Coal, and the other color that you see here is called Winter Waves. The tutorial sample, I'm going to I don't want to waste any of this yarn, so I'm going to do opposite. So the next one I'm going to do with the Winter Waves and then Coal as my secondary. Let's begin to start, and we are just going to create a magic circle or a magic ring or an adjustable circle, and just put the yarn in front of your two fingers and loop it around towards the back. And use your ring finger to hold it in and make sure it crosses over top of your two fingers like this. We have tutorials available for this, so it's called a magic circle or an adjustable ring. So two fingers in front and cross over and use your ring finger to hold. Grab your 6mm size J, go up over top of this or underneath this strand and loop this one through, and just turn your hand over and remove your fingers out. And I want you to chain one to hold this so it locks it. And when you crochet, you need to crochet up over top of these two strands here, so never just one strand by itself when you do the first round. Let's begin round number one. Round number one, you're going to chain one, and you are going to then put 11 double crochets into the ring. So make sure you're always going up over the top of the two strands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So it's always going to be worked in kind of multiples of 11. So you're going to then take the strand, and these things, by the way, that are popping out, that's part of the yarn. It's actually a separate strand inside. Those are called nefs, so N-E-F-S. So you're just going to pull up the loop and pull the strand, the empty one, and pull it as tight as you can, and it'll pull the center closed. You can't just leave it like that though. You need to put it through a tapestry needle and to finish it off with that to get it stuck into the stitches itself. So we can see that it's coming out of this rotation here, so we want to take the remaining and just put it through to the other side of the circle. So the very first one that you pull through has got to be the tightest, and then going through a separate spot back through. And this is the way that you're going to get rid of a hole in the top of the hat. So some people just cover it with a pom-pom, but in this case it's a beanie. Okay. Once you've gone back and forth 3 times, you can safely cut that down. Turn the project back to the right side of the work, put in your hook, and you're going to slip stitch it to the top of the first double crochet. If you're not sure, you can count the tops of the stitches back to the number 11. So start right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So even as an experienced crocheter, I always count back to make sure, and therefore it looks good. Let's move on to round number 2. This project is really quite fast because of the chunkiness of the yarn. So you're just going to chain up 1 and apply 2 double crochet into the same one as the join, and 2 into each one of the stitches all the way around. So I do want you to verify your counts when you get back around on this round, and then the rest of it you can just safely assume that is correct. So just 2 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. At the end of round number 2, slip stitch to the top of the first. This stitch may be a little bit harder to see, but they're there, and it's easier to see in person as well. So make sure you do have 22. If you need the stitch counts at all, they're provided on the pattern. Let's move on to round number 3. Round number 3, chain 1, and you're going to put 2 double crochet into the first stitch. And then 1 double crochet into the next. So the repeat going all the way around is that there's going to be 2 double crochet in the next, one into the one after that. Please do this all the way around for round number 3. Finishing up round number 3, look at the sides of it already. That's a nice chunk of this yarn. So there's one double crochet in the last one. That's just a matter of keeping the counts proper. So it's like 2 into one before and then 1 into the next. So let's just slip stitch it to the beginning. I'd recommend that you do pull the stitches tight when you come around. It'll make it look a lot better. Let's move on to round number 4. Round number 4, chain up 1 and put 2 double crochet into the first. And then the next 2 are 1 double crochet by itself. So we have 1 and 2. Okay, so the next one is 2 double crochet into the same, and then the next 2 are 1 by itself. Please do this all the way around for round number 4. Coming all the way back around, just slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. So the first double crochet, do you see how it's kind of leaning towards you? That's the one. This is the second one over. So just kind of follow it up. You can see it better in person as well. So pull tight and let's move on to number 5. Number 5, chain up 1 and just apply 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way around. We need this thing to start forming the top of the crown of the head. So 1 double crochet in each around for round number 5. Okay, round number 5 is done, and we're just going to slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. Pull it nice and tight, and let's move on to round number 6. Okay, round number 6 is the last time you're going to grow this thing out. So you're just going to chain 1 and then apply 2 double crochet into the same stitch. And it does take several rounds before the final size is actually complete and actually grows out properly. So now the next 3 in a row are each going to be 1 single crochet or 1 double crochet each. Okay, so the repeat then is going to be 2 double crochet into the same stitch and then 3 double crochet by itself. Please do this around for round number 6. The end of number 6, of course, just slip stitch to the first double, pull tight, and let's begin round number 7. Round number 7, just chain up 1 and apply 1 double crochet in each of the stitches all the way around. It's not so hard, right? And please do this all the way around for round number 7. Okay, at the end of round number 7, and just slip stitch to the top of the first first double crochet. So number 8, we have to do something slightly different so that we don't overgrow this thing, and we're going to be doing that next. Okay, rounds number 8 and 9 are going to be half double crochet, and then we'll be doing half double crochets for other stuff in the future. However, the first round, number 8 here, we need to get rid of 1 stitch because the stitch count will not work out for the houndstooth stitch later. So we'll do that right now. So we're going to chain up 1 and we are going to do a half double crochet in the first. And now over the next 2, it's going to be a half double crochet 2 together. So yarn over and into the stitch, pull through, and do it again. So yarn over into the next stitch after that, pull through, and you have a total of 5 loops, pull through all 5, and that just made 2 stitches into 1 top. And so now the remaining of this round will just be each 1 half double crochet. So this gives us an even number going forward for the remaining of our hat, which is what we need. Please do this around. Finishing up round number 8, so half double crochet in each, and then just go to the top of the first half double crochet to finish, to do a slip stitch. Let's do number 9, and that's next. Number 9, chain 1 and just apply 1 half double crochet in each stitches all the way around. So we don't need to do that 2 together because we did it in the last round, so we still have an even number count. So just 1 half double crochet in each around. So I'm coming all the way around, then on round number 9, and slip stitch to the top of the first half double crochet. This is it for this color. Pull nice and tight before you do anything, and I need you to snip it. Do not carry the yarn because it'll make your life hard. So just yarn over, pull through, and turn to the inside of the project, and you want to weave in the ends with a tapestry needle. So every time you're changing out the yarn like this, please do the same principle of weaving in the yarn as you go. It's just probably going to make your life a lot easier. So just going into the stitch work, stay within the back side. So if you turn it over, you don't want to see the needle. and you're just going to pull it through. Do not change the shape by over pulling, but if you separate the plies as well as going in between strands, it gets stuck to the point where it will not fall out on you. So the biggest mistake I've learned in crochet is that if you go just between the strands, it will fall out, but if you actually go between the plies, it's a lot better. Once you have this done, we're now going to move on to round number 10 with the secondary color, which was the color coal. We're now going to do the houndstooth, and you just create a slip knot and put it onto your hook. You want to be looking at the inside of the hat from this point and join right here. So don't turn it around and do what you have been doing of going in a circle like this. Turn it around and you're looking at the underside or the wrong side. You're just going to go to the first one that you did the join with, and with it already on the hook, just attach with a slip stitch, chain 1, and the first stitch here is going to be a double crochet, so it's in the same stitch that you did the join with. Now pull this strand towards you, keep it out of the way on the inside of the hat, and you're going to move to the next strand right here, and you're just going to slip stitch, and that's going to be your repeat going around. So the next one has got to be a double crochet, and the one after that is a slip stitch. So please keep repeating those 2 stitches over and over until you get to the end of this round, number 10. If your stitch counts are right, the very last one should be a slip stitch. And it should be anyway, because we've eliminated a stitch back a few rounds ago, so it's an even number for a stitch pattern repeat. So here's the slip stitch that you see it again, so this has to be the top of the first double crochet. Highly recommend then you just get rid of your tail ends, so just snip it, weave it in with a tapestry needle, and I'll be right back in a moment. So you're going to turn the hat back around to the right side of the work. So currently you're looking at the wrong side. So let's turn it back around, and you're back on the top here. So you're just going to join it to the top of a first double crochet, or yeah, top of the first double crochet, and pull through and through, chain 1, and you're only going to do a half double crochet in that one. Okay, so the next stitch is down here. It's a slip stitch, so it's going to be a half double crochet down there. So we're just still doing a half double crochet, so either you're on the top of a double crochet or you're in a slip stitch. Okay, so you're just going to do that all the way around for this round. Please continue forward, and I'll see you at the end of the round. Okay, I'm finishing up this half double crochet round. Okay, and the last one is a slip stitch right here. So it's going into a slip stitch, I should say. So now you're just going to slip to the top of the first half double crochet. We want to get rid of this yarn, weave in your ends, and move on back to the coal color next. So we're back on the inside of the hat, the wrong side, and we're getting our coal color ready. So we want to do the houndstooth stitch one more time. Attach to the top of the first half double crochet in this case, chain 1, and we want to do a double crochet into the same one. Okay, pull this yarn strand in front out of your way. You'll secure that in later, and then the next stitch is just going to be a slip stitch. So that'll be your repeat. So the next one here is a double, and the next one is a single. Please repeat this all the way around for this round. Last stitch coming around should be a slip stitch if you're keeping in sync with the pattern, and then just slip stitch to the top of the first double crochet. You're going to get rid of this color once and for all and weave in your ends, and we'll do our last round next. Okay, let's turn our project back to the right side of the work. This is our last round. The starts and stops can always look a little fishy, but it's good. So we're going to turn ourselves back to the other color here, and we're going to do something a little more fun. Not that you're not having fun already. Well, you can let me know. And you're going to just slip stitch to the top of a first double crochet, and you can do a standing single crochet if you prefer. So the pattern would say chain 1, 1 single crochet in there. So if you pull through and just pull through the 2 loops, that's a standing single crochet. So I want you to use the next stitch right down. Let me just get another pointer right here. See where the slip stitch is going here? That's where I want you to go. And that's going to be a double crochet into there. And pull through and pull through and through. That's kind of like a long double crochet. And that's going to separate the black coal from each other. So the top of the next double crochet, you are going to put in a single, and then the slip stitch, it's going to be a long double crochet in. And this will give the relief as far as the way that the color looks, to make it look like it's more fancy. But just don't tell anybody, just it looks pretty cool. So just alternate between a single crochet and a long double crochet all the way around, and I'll see you at the end of the round in a moment. The last stitch that comes around on this will be the long double crochet, and then you are just going to slip stitch it, pull it tight, then for the first single crochet there. You're just going to cut your yarn and now weave in your ends, and your hat is good to go. And there you have a finished hat. It's got a bit of texture right here on the brim, and it's good to go. The interior is great, and it's a nice thick hat to keep warm for the winter. We hope you enjoy.